I'm so sick of this. Daddy and I are at the abandoned library, charging and trying to figure out what is up with T-Mobile's service that is completely been non-existent from Roseburg all the way over to Bandon, even though their coverage map clearly shows that they are supposed to have full coverage in the whole Roseburg area, and they're supposed to have full coverage in this whole Bandon area all the way down to Port Orford, but there isn't any signal. So I'm without maps, I'm without internet to load things efficiently and load these videos, and Wi-Fi is super wonky to come by, and even when I do find it, it's super wonky in its speeds. So I just haven't, and I haven't had the power for the last 5 days to complete videos for the last mountain pass that we came through. And yeah, I got 5 days of videos and they're not even edited, and I am really not motivated to, because there's no coverage to continue documenting our trip. So it's kind of demotivated me from finishing editing these other last 5 videos that I have. And furthermore, there's only like 30 people that are even watching the video blogs on YouTube, even though I've been walking around and living 24/7 with my dairy goats and sheep for almost 5 years now, with websites on my backpack the entire time, or on my goats or sheep. I'm dumbfounded that there's only 30 people. After almost 5 years of doing this, there's only 30 people that are interested in what I'm doing, supposedly. There is a chance that Google and YouTube and the entire umbrella, Alphabet Inc., their new umbrella parent company that they've started, that has monopolized much of the tech industry under it. Google and YouTube and Monsanto, everyone, all the big corporations have gathered under a mega corporation title called Alphabet Inc. And for the last couple of years, they have been messing with the internet results and people's search results, with people's perceived view numbers and subscriber numbers and all kinds of stuff, tinkering with it to promote ideas that are in alignment with their agenda. And so the agenda that I have, that I clearly state on my YouTube channel, is an anti-consumer agenda, and that is in stark contrast to their agenda, which is to use consumerism to enslave us all. My YouTube channel is the exact opposite. So you can Google this. It's become a really obvious and well seen event now. It's called the Internet Purge. Basically, the Silicon Valley elite that want globalization, they want a one world government, they want everyone to be enslaved with a microchip credit card under their skin. They have been suppressing the content of what's called politically conservative persons and organizations for the past year, and they throttle down their view numbers, their subscriber numbers. They actually unsubscribe people from their own channels, so that people that are interested in receiving the content from those creators don't receive that content, but they continue to receive the content of the globalization agenda And this is all done through algorithms. It's not done through individual persons painstakingly monitoring individual YouTube channels. My YouTube channel has tag words in it, and those tag words that I enter are words that they enter into their algorithms to categorize people into suppressive categories, into categories that they're going to of channels that they're and websites that they're going to suppress. It red lists them if you have certain keywords in your website or in your taglines of your videos or anything. It automatically picks up that you're trying to communicate with other anti-globalists, and yeah, so I have had my YouTube channel going for 10 years now, and 8 years is what I've erased a lot of the videos that are up there because of my concern for their effects and their ideal effects for everyone's benefit. And so I think 8 years is my longest video that's been up there, and every single one of my videos is clearly some of the most original content that's on YouTube or in the world, because they're inventions, and they're very applicable inventions, applicable to many groups of people, like hikers and homeless people and the ultralight crowd and the PCT crowd, Pacific Crest Trail crowd that I live by. And there's just all these reasons for that I would expect for the quality and the originality of my content to have accrued more than 800 subscribers, a measly 800 subscribers in over 8 years. There's people that start their YouTube channel and in weeks have tons of subscribers, but of course for years now, unbeknownst to most people, the YouTube has had subsidiary companies selling likes and subscribes yeah, all the numbers that we base YouTube videos on, their legitimacy and their popularity, is all in question over the last years, because they've just been selling that legitimacy. So it's not legitimate at all. Not only have they been selling these numbers through their affiliate websites like Fiverr.com, Fiverr.com. Fiverr.com was one of the first ones to be exposed for actually selling perceived likes and subscribers on YouTube, and so it was the first one to kind of prove that the numbers are all illegitimate, and that YouTube would have every reason to throttle down the number of views and throttle down the number of subscribers to motivate YouTube creators to want to pay for their likes and pay for their subscribers in a competitive fashion that would reap them even more benefit, even more profit. So yeah, the internet is broke. The internet is broke. I knew it was for, I don't know, the last year. I've had this phone for a year and a half, and I knew after a couple months that it was broke, because either you guys genuinely weren't interested in what I was doing, or you were interested and were sharing and weren't getting it wasn't being connected. A lot of these yeah, there's all kinds of little things that they're doing to discourage the reach of content that has certain words characterizing its description, and their algorithms pick up on this and they suppress in an infinitude of ways now. And the only way that any of this content that is meaningful, that is that they're against, only way to get this helpful information out to people that the internet controllers are against is for the users of the actual internet to share and to actually make sure that it's shared, and actually do more than what they have been. Just likes and just comments. Comments are being suppressed. Like, I'll get comments and there'll be good positive comments, and then I'll click on the comment on YouTube specifically, and it'll go to the video where the comment's supposed to be, and the comment isn't there anymore. And I've contacted these people, and these people say that they didn't erase their own comment. So comments are being suppressed. Particularly positive comments are being suppressed from uploading onto YouTube videos that are under these algorithm suppressions. And not only that, but I've had people contact me and say, I've subscribed to your channel multiple times, and every time I go back to your channel, because I'm not receiving any of the updates, it says that I'm not subscribed. So it's unsubscribing people from what they deem conservative platforms or conservative creators. So I'm not politically conservative, but technically, because I'm an anarchist who doesn't believe in going along with globalization or technology even, past the use of using it to communicate that we don't need to go with it any further, which is what I'm attempting to use technology for. Those are all anti-globalization ideals. And so yeah, this internet purge, it's been labeled, you can Google it. It's been largely addressed as only affecting the politically conservative people in the world, or in this country, but it's affecting a lot of other different people who aren't even political, because there are a lot of people that aren't for globalization and a one world government and a one world technological digital currency. We view that as a lot of people view that as a lot of people view this monetary system and its increasing dependence on it to feed ourselves and to function as a form of slavery. And those same people view the future of this system as becoming more and more of a slave state, and so they're speaking out against it. And those people's channels, blogs, websites are being suppressed from having the full reach that they once had on the fair and level and even internet platform. Unfortunately, the internet purge, this is huge. Like, I'm gonna have to get rid of my phone because it's doing no good. Not only is it not doing any good, but it's because it's not doing any good. Not only is it not doing any good because the reach isn't there, but the way that I'm trying to reach people is partially hypocritical. So the only way that it could be functional or helpful is if it had its full reach, and if I was able to, if my full message was able to get out. And yeah, my full message isn't even documented because it's hard for me to have a faith that people will understand or be able to make positive moves with the extra info, based on the lack of interest they've had in any of the other inventions or information that I've presented through my social media. So I think that I'm gonna stop trying to share these things and these helpful ideas through my own channels, but rather just wait for you guys to come to terms with the situation you're in, and hopefully by then you'll still see some of the content that I have, and you'll be able to share it. You'll still have time to share it in order to help implement some of those ideas before they pull the rug out from under the economy and let shit hit the fan, so that we will make ourselves more and more desperate, and reduce our own numbers down, so that they can willingly offer us their new world order in the future, and we will much more likely be willing to take it. Because right now, if they said, okay, we want everyone to use a microchip, one world currency, and the microchip is also trackable, no one would go for it, or the majority of people would not go for it. But if this system falls and they're made desperate enough, then they'll want any. Yep, thank you. And they'll want to do whatever is necessary in order for them to have any semblance, resemblance of a functioning life and economy again. And even if that is only offered in a new world order form, they will be more than willing to take it. So that's the truth of what we're up against. I try not to talk about the state of the world beyond the solutions that I'm trying to implement. But yeah, this is the first time that I'm actually talking about problems. So hopefully people in the future can recognize how my whole YouTube channel and website and social networking is designed to try to help our future scenario, but it can't help people unless they see it as help and accept it as help and help spread it and share it as help. So nothing I do is going to be worth a darn until you guys start seeing it as worth a darn, and that's no longer my responsibility. I've done everything within my economic power to try to bring to fruition just some of the ideas and solutions that I've been given, that have come through me. And hopefully we have enough time for people to help develop the remainder of the ideas to help push us through that shitting the fan scenario. But unfortunately, they'll have to see and want to help these ideas before shit hits the fan, in order for there to be any real time or energy or economic mechanisms to implement any actions. So if you're watching anything, any of my content, and shit hasn't hit the fan, and you see any importance to it and you want to see more of it, then help spread it and contact me and give me more motivation that people want some of this alternative leadership. But if you guys want to keep following the mainstream, the lamestream, off the cliff, which is apparent, many of us now, then I guess this is natural cooling. I don't know. We'll see. I've done just about everything I could, though. My hands are tied now. Our hooves are tied. We have no phone. My phone is up in 3 days. The fee. I don't have the money to pay for any more phone bill. And I post on my older videos that you can call the T-Mobile number and add minutes to mine. And there's been a number of months that I've gone without having any service and waiting for someone to, I don't know, pay for it, and they haven't. So there's only been one person that's really been interested in paying my phone bill. Thank you, John. And so yeah, maybe I'll have to come back to this in a couple years, if we still have a couple years, if shit hadn't hit the fan yet. And maybe then there'll be some people that are more interested in some alternative sustainability lifestyles. Hopefully by then I'll have a lot more figured out for you guys that'll be more receptive to it at the time. We'll see. 20